Hello, it's Monday, May 18th, 2020, and that means two things. First, Canada is taking their day off early this time around because we're tired now. And two, it's time for the Light Read. Read the official lighting industry news brief brought to you by NAIL, the National Association of Innovative Lighting Distributors, and of course, Keystone Technologies and their XFit LED tube-ready wrap fixtures. These are built and pre-wired for the Keystone Direct Drive UL Type B LEDs, but they're great for general light applications with prismatic style lenses for even light output without any leaks, no annoying shadows, just good all the way around. Getting into the news this week, we have Bridgelux proposing a new color metric. This would be the fourth one you'll have to hold in your head. This one's a bit unique in that it's not particularly interested in what colors look like so much as what it is compared to sunlight most of the time. I've got a whole thing on this. Maybe it'll show up somewhere sometime, but it's a new thing to consider as you put up light bulbs. Hubble is opening a new facility in Austin. This is a 15,000 square foot facility for controls and design and training. Light Fair Innovation Awards. Couldn't hold them in person, but they are still going on, so you can watch the video version of everyone receiving their award. Light Fair, again, still keeping on with the digital versions of things. Their featured product list you can peruse right now. Keystone is opening a new facility in Kansas City. This is a fulfillment center outside Casey, Missouri. The CIE has stated their positions on UV disinfection. This is, of course, from the EU standards body, sharing what they have said in the past about UV disinfection. Strategies in Light is calling for abstracts because 2021 is just around the corner, and they are always looking for content coming around. Get a Grip on Lighting, episode 135, talking about portable battery-powered lighting and how, well, it's kind of in the same boat as the rest of us in a lot of ways. Recaps of the 2020 lighting R&D research R&D workshop. You can read thoughts on coming out of that right now. Cohen Leidenbaum of Signify would like to say that his 3D printing technology is going to be the next big thing. He works for Signify. Maybe he's right. Wink have responded to, well, all the bad press from last week and all of the customer complaints from last week by saying that, well, you have one more week to sign on to their subscription program or your smart lights will fail. As an editorial aside, these guys are the worst. China excuses certain U.S. shipped lamps from tariffs. These are specifically related to UV, infrared, and halogen lamps. And they will not be subject to tariffs from the 19th, tomorrow, until the 18th of May, 2021. Essenti Lighting launches a augmented reality app. These guys make lighting super customizable, and now you can see what their customized lamps will look like in person, as it were, on their app. The IALD has formalized their friendship with the SLG. This is two lighting designers joining together to share their ideas across, well, what seems to be a language barrier. SLG is going to help promote their ideas in German language speaking territories. Explaining DALL-E 2 certifications in Tunable Right. This is a great piece from Lex Review explaining how exactly DALL-E 2 will work in tunable spaces. Knuckles has funded not quite $250 million in grants across 12 recipients. Normally they do this at a big whole ceremony, but they're just doing it in a press release. But 12 individuals, students, designers, researchers are going to get a bit of cash to push their projects forward. Sterno has recalled their outdoor path lighting LEDs. These are 77,000 kits, are under recall for shock hazards. Acuity has done a very nice interview with I Hear Design about the technology that's driving architectural lighting. Don Sumner, Tim O'Brien talking about current trends. Alice Liao writes a deep dive on dimming. Check that out. St. Louis has adopted new efficiency requirements for buildings over 50,000 square feet. This is the first big one in the Midwest, but we'll see how the rest of the Midwest adjusts. TPL, Adelaide Project, has been profiled. Jennifer and Carolyn Pott are interviewed on what they're talking about in commercial lighting. Lumicon has won the first Edison.TV video contest. Their culture video is the first big winner in the popular vote category. Everlight and Optotech have spun up IR and UV production. Both report using their facilities for entirely non-visible light applications. A buyer's guide to LED corn lights. This is the LED light expert blogging about a guide on HID and halide replacements. TCP is going to host some virtual lunches. You can't do lunch and learns anymore, so Elysian is going to do some web stuff for you instead. The hospital lighting market is set to clear not quite $8 billion next year, so keep an eye on that. Kenall and Visa Lighting have settled their disinfection lamps lawsuit over the Vital Vio product line. Vishnu Shasti is writing about keeping things in line beyond just lumens per watt. The PNNL is seeking information on DC lighting and DC microgrids. If you've got any information, feel free to submit it to them. A 4-year project from UC Davis is concluded describing, a number of, LED products and a number of factors. The IES and PNNL are offering a webinar on observational research in smart lighting. This is a free talk set for the 21st. Sign up now. Part of their series to keep us all informed as things are what they are. May 16th was the International Day of Light. Seems like every day I need light, but never mind that. The Lighting Urban Community International Group has used this to highlight, projects and research. I've set up a little link to their Twitter feed to see what's what and when's where as to what might be interesting. A Powerline Communication Group, specifically Powerline Communicated Load Central, is looking for bids to implement dimming solutions from lighting manufacturers. Rome, New York is planning $3.4 million in street lighting projects. They're switching over to LED over the next dozen years. ST Microelectronics has joined Jaga, specifically to concentrate on near-field communication standards. New Britain's CT is going LED on their municipal buildings, so Connecticut buildings are going to go, they're flipping about 1,300 fixtures over to LED. EU industry surveyed on the effects of the pandemic. This is in the case of a number of businesses in the EU discussing how they've responded to all of this. The IADSA has launched a great webinar on blue light-related eye hazards. Resources explain how and why and where the damage to your retinas can and will occur. Interesting little profile from the internet, but how do lighting designers light their own offices? Take some cues from them. Blender, a animation tool for those in the business of CGI, can now use .ies files to create lighting information based on real luminaires. And that's pretty spiffy. Speaking of spiffy, do chandeliers count as jewelry? Swarovski has designed some crystal dragons for a casino in Saipan, and they're convinced they qualify as jewelry for a record in the Guinness Book of World Records. Otherwise, we've got Intermatic has named Stephen French as VP of Sales, Tommy Leto as Zone Manager for Louisiana, Dennis King as Zone Manager for California, and Matt Leonard as General OEM Manager. And that's it for me this week. I've been Scott Wachter. This has been brought to you by Nailed. Get associated, get educated, get more out of what you're doing right now by joining us. Until next time, though, it's just me and Donnie Drost. The end is the beginning. Catch you next week.